Hey guys, welcome back to Night Headquarters. Today we're discussing about Megatron's origin. Um, Megatron. The reason I'm doing this is because the new Transformers movie one is coming out in a couple months, so I've been catching up on his origin just to get myself refreshed. I read it. It's a 4 comic miniseries, and it came out in 2007. So what we see in the movie theaters from now might be different. So let's get into it. So pretty much in this origin, we see just outskirts of Cybertron and another the mining outpost C12. This is where we see Megatron, and that's just the senator. We'll skip that. And here goes our favorite villain, Megatron. And we just see him mining Energon. And so pretty much in this story, why I kind of like that they showed Megatron as a miner bot and how the Autobots, not all of them, but certain Autobots abuse their authority. So like this guy right here, because this mining bot is pretty much is upset because they are kicking everyone out because they have machineries that can do their job without causing labor, and now he's dead. And then pretty much everyone's getting all rowdy and stuff, and this dude's like, "Oh, for your own protection, can't you people see this?" And I'm like, bro, you just literally kill a guy. For what protection is that? Now when we see Megatron upset, and he threw a pickaxe, an energized pickaxe, and it was pretty cool to see his anger side, and also we see him pretty much fighting back against the authorities and cause a huge riot. And now they're pretty much now here at this point he's thinking what he did, which he shouldn't have done. He shouldn't have killed him, but it's more of like it's more of like that's what he wanted to do. It was more of his frustration, I would say, that got the best to him. And pretty much a little fast forward. And now we see all the mining busts who are thought were dead, but they're just reactivated. Now they're just getting transported out. Well, escaping, but they were getting transported. And we'll also see the center getting repaired. But pretty much we see them shooting down the ship. Well, that's the senator ship. Their ship is heading toward Kaon, and the worst place in Cybertron. So I don't know. From the comic, it looks pretty nice. And here we see Megatron talking about the Autobots that will be searching for the senator because that's their priority, not for the criminals. Yeah, because he was also saying that if they blew up the senator ship, they'll be hunting them because there's no point of finding the senator because he's already dead. And then we see the Autobots headquarters. And here's our first look of Sentinel Prime. I was going to call him Zeta Prime from Transformers War Cybertron. But I don't mind his design. But to me personally, it's just a little too bulky. Kind of seems like he can't move anywhere. But right now they're just talking about the center ship and That and also the criminals that escape, well, the minor bots where Megatron's with. All right, and then this opening picture, I don't know if you guys seen it, but the Gladiator. And the one thing I would like to discuss about before we continue is with this origin, it's not bad, but I prefer the Transformers Prime origin for Megatron. I haven't read Transformers Odyssey yet, so I won't be discussing Optimus Prime side origin until after this and a little bit more research on it to make sure my information is more accurate and the way I describe it. Anyways, back to Prime. So Transformers Prime pretty much talks about Megatron as a gladiator. And what we see here is the star of Megatron being a gladiator. First panel, stabbing another Autobot or some random bot off the street. And, and pretty much, it's cool, but the way Transformer Prime did it, like how they describe him as being a glider, was more impactful because it made it seem like he's stronger than any other bot out there on Cybertron. Especially, I'll link the video in the description so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I don't know how to add the footage onto the video, so that's why I'll be doing that. But in the video, it showed Megatron taking down this giant bot, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then later on, we see Megatron trying to get into politics because he wants to change Cybertron. He wants to make Cybertron better. And in this origin, it doesn't really get a focus onto him wanting to change better. It's more of him starting something new. And right now we see Megatron pretty much pulling a whole beat now. And this is a flashback of him killing the Minor Bot. That's why he's just stopped, because... And here goes the boss to pretty much telling him to finish it because he wants us to kill the guy. And you see Megatron's hesitation. And then everybody's shouting until all are one. And he's just the regret. But now now we see him finish the guy off. And you see the crowd chanting to become the to be the champion. And they all in this series they also showed other Decepticons, how Megatron met them and so forth, which is really cool. Now we get turn back to the Autobot side, and we see another senator. And this senator doesn't really play a huge role into Megatron's origin, really. In the next issue, I think issue 4 or 3, it shows why he's kind of important, but not really. He's just he's just going to watch the footage of what's going on through Cybertron, and then also the gladiator scenes he'll see, and because he's interested in Megatron, because what he's capable of. And they're just showing like clips and stuff of his fights, especially with this thing, whatever this alien is. I would love to see that than this panel we're seeing right now, because he's just watching a footage of it. That's really it. And now we see this back to the gladiator, and we're seeing his formation by this leader right here, the one who forced Megatron to kill the other bot when he didn't want to. And pretty much they're about to die, and then we got Megatron using take one for the team, forcing him to die so they can live, and you call him a worm. And pretty much after that, they win, and that because Megatron's taking charge of it now. He's changing their formation. And right here it says, in callousness towards victims, encouraging aggression attitudes, and taking pleasure in pain and humiliation. And this power says legally it's either serious assault or murder, which it is, depending on your point of view. But they change it, like they call it a sport. So I guess that's how you get away with it if you want to start a robot gladiator match. And then we just see Prowler talking about Megatron, how he promoted himself to captain or champion. I forget which one it was. I know I probably skipped the word, but it's okay. But he's just giving right now that all of them are in legal combat. Most of them at least have material featuring this team. And you see all the Autobots and mean. Some of them looks bored or tired because they don't want to be there. But he also said the inexpensive produced with approximately 400,000 of the volume alone is distribution. Excuse me. And this guy was just asking where. And then everybody's being quiet because the Prime is on deck. Sentinel Prime. And he gets really cool towards the end, but I kind of feel like if they're going to revamp this, they should take more inspiration off of Transformers Prime. And then right now he's just talking about how he works and he how they know it's serious. That's why he's here, and Central doesn't play any games. And this is what he said. I will have 8 Taco Recon teams on the perimeter posting at a probable future arena venues. There will be a core strike team, Hammer. It will be response when the net is triggered. And then he was in this part they'll wait for them to move in immerse, and when they trip our net, we're going to take them hot and take them down. So pretty much what he's saying in this short conversation is they're going to try and find them, set a trap, and capture them. Because they have access to video cities, bulk real-time data processing thanks to the telecluster, and then security control. And then Sentinel also said individual teams will redisperse as the designating call signs in the will crack down on their code. And so the whole goal is just looking for Megatron. That's all they're doing because of what they're doing. And we'll see these two of us on the stakeout and just waiting to see what's going to happen. And then I don't know if you guys recognize the design, but that is the construction. Sorry, guys. The simplest word, construction. We see the construction cons, and pretty much what the boss are going to say. They pretty much the construction cons are building their own arena, and look, they drag this. I don't know if this bot it's like on his last leg, but they literally throw him a pot of lava to use his body to make their next arena. Well, that's really messed up. And I thought it was funny because it's like they literally took a guy, mind his own business, probably like in a power down mode, or if they do get drunk in our way, and it's kind of weird for a robot to get drunk, but yeah. So seeing him again tossing there without second thoughts, it's pretty funny. And then here's Megatron. He's said either construction is behind or my information is wrong. Your designation is Megatron. And we'll just see the mini bots. And then there's a message. I have a proposal for your technology weaponry. This means to modify yourself to incorporate these technologies and information to apply these tools. So, the person who's hiding, you'll see it soon right here at the bottom left corner, is Soundwave. Which Soundwave is one of the coolest Decepticons I like, but my favorite will always be Megatron, and my favorite Autobot will always be Optimus, because I really love how they take their role as leaders in their own perspective. Like Star Wars, I love Star Wars. Like Anakin and Darth Vader, two different people, personality wise, but they both represent something. So, anyways, back to the main story. My bad. So pretty much Soundwave's just going to talk to Megatron. Here's Megatron saying, I see this arena is poorly kept secretly before the games began. And what price do you ask this mighty gifts? And Soundwave's only literally asking them to use them as they see fit. And then now we got the Autobot saying the arena's off scale. Who is this guy? Fastback. And that's just the name of the Autobot, Fastback. I would change my name. Fastback is not. I prefer Burnout. That sounds cooler. We had a clear sight. This is Team Paranormal. Request three. They're pretty much requesting backup because they're encountering the Megatron and his forces because they're not Decepticons yet, and now they capture them because they will be Decepticons, but later on. And now Megatron is going to pretty much kill him. Bam. Without second thoughts, without guessing. So, and then he's asking, why did you? Purpose of terminating the prisoner, showing him what happens if he doesn't tell me what I want to know. And this guy's just calling him a psychopath. And getting backhanded. Look how far he flew. Megatron must have not used a lot of his strength, but just enough to make him fear. And then this is what Soundwave says. Upon detection of subject's communication were jammed, analysis were not immediately in danger. Suggested a course of action employed specialists, which is Laserbeak. And then that's why I like Soundwave, because Laserbeak, not just Laserbeak, but Soundwave has so many mini-cons that help him to pretty much get whatever he needs, or for the purpose of the Decepticons. Now Soundwave is going to read the mind of this Autobot, and he said, subject's mind indicates a broad net cast to snarl arena fights. They do not know you are coming here. Subject knowledge also indicates you are one of the most foremost members of the arena fighters' most wanted list. So Megatron is the most wanted. We all know that. He's Megatron. And then Soundwave says, conclusion, subject is neither immediate threat nor useful tool. And then Megatron said, then you are finished. Soundwave replies, affirmative. Back to Megatron, scrapper this site. It's compromised, leave everything. So pretty much they're going to abandon it because the Autobots will know they'll be here, which is the smart move. That's what the construction con said too. We'll skip that part. And then pretty much Megatron is just going to finish the guy off because he called him a psychopath. Which is true. And look at this art panel, which I kind of like. But it doesn't really exploit this image. It was just a picture. You'll see in that. Alright. So, well, let me pass all this. Now we see Soundwave just knocking on the door, showing that he's a Decepticon. And this guy is just saying Megatron's a bad mood. Because he ran in tonight, he just lost the arm, that's what it says. And then he just, Soundwave just asks he's functional still. And pretty much this guy was saying Megatron was really mad because he lost his arm. But then he smirks and he says he should have seen the other guy. But man, look at that. They're tearing them for parts. It makes sense though, because they're dead and they won't need it. And then Soundwave just came in for Megatron's request for flight compatible combatant. And this is how he meets Soundwave. Soundwave. My mistake, guys. Starscream and Skywarp Thundercracker. I always get Skywarp Thundercracker confused, but they're still overall cool. And this is where they pledge your allegiance to Megatron. And we're gonna take a brief moment, but I think this is the part I really didn't like. It's just like, I don't know. I don't mind Soundwave bringing Starscream and his teammates to Megatron. I just kind of like it better if they meant it a different way. Like, for example, War of Cybertron, the Transformers game that came out, I forgot what year. Hold on. What year was that? That's okay. But anyways, Transformers War of Cybertron, how Megatron met Starscream was he was an Autobot and his companions. But when Starscream saw Megatron taming Dark Energon, that's the only reason Starscream wanted to pledge his allegiance to Megatron, because he wants to know how to control Dark Energon. And it was really cool. Getting a small part of Starscream as an Autobot, then changed to Decepticon, which was I wish I kind of like. I kind of felt like they should have did this, but that game came out way after this comic, because this comic is like 2007, so this is old compared to the game. But anyways, back to the story. So he was just saying that they go 3 times the speed of sound, which is really fast. And he said, we are honored by the opportunity to join you in the arena to fight. And then this one Megatron said, the arena, no. I have something much better in mind for you and yours. So don't look so disappointed. You will wear my badge. And you will kill for me. In this time of change, we must all be flexible. And we're just seeing Megatron energizing a mace, testing out his new arm. And this is where Starscream said, yes, my lord. And then and he said, excellent. Hook, these 3, I give you the steel. And give me back the weapon. And then we went back to the Autobots. And they're at the funeral service memorial for Fastback and Bumper. And which is cool and all. It just talks a little more about it. And this guy was just saying, war's short for a fall mark. Losing one of our own is never easy. This is a great loss, but this is not no tragedy. Personally, losing 2 Autobots versus like 20 or even 100, that would have been a great loss. But it also, and that's what I really don't like about, because there's some things in the comic that doesn't really explain about these 2 Autobots, why we should feel, oh man, I can't believe they died. It was just more like they're there just for Megatron, and that was it. So, but we see Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper. I don't know who this guy is, but if you guys know this Autobot, just leave a comment and leave me a message in the comments. And we see Ironhide, Wheeljack, Prowler, Alpha Trion, RM Pax, Aaliyah 1. They're all at the memorial because of the loss of the 2 Autobots. And then he said, to me, this tragedy offers immediate startling purpose as crystal clarity. I'm the only one at the head of security forces. I do not make policy. Together we simply enforce law. The difference now is that the outlaws have an intention that only question unanswers. Is what we do. So pretty much, I think that's just his excuse of trying to get revenge without breaking the law in the way. And then here, this we said officially undervaluing Senator DeMarcus tribute, recognizing outstanding dedication to the state and its people. What an honor is to be recognized in this unique way with distinction for the House of DeMarcus. But this is just really like unnecessary because he doesn't deserve that. And it's just all for his own head, ego, I'll say. But back to we see Skywarp and the other Decepticons attacking the pretty much a parade. And this is what Sergeant about said. Center punch a hole in the sky, and the masses are transfixed, eyes wide, mouths gap like a pack of startled primitives, including your security details. Secondly, Detective Mark. And the senators asked why. Senator, if I told you, I had to kill you. That's what Sergeant said. We're out and clean, smiling, and you see the Decepticon sitting on top of the Autobots. This is just pretty much for Megatron. This is his whole start of not the war, but more of his control over Kaon. And go back to the story. Is all secondary options are clear to proceed. Time to make hard maker. Industrial sectors sabotage, security forces meet resistance, mass poisoning damage corporate prospects, multiple devices discover, resources flow distribute, transport centers compromise. And then this senator, he just pretty much said this is out of control. But he really doesn't do anything to stop it. He's just the background character, the guy that you don't really care for. I don't know much. If there's more to him, please let me know in the comments. But for now, I think he's kind of a pointless character into the story. And then we just got this bot just talking about don't make me take all the glory. They're just talking about the watch the fight, but bro, I don't want you there. Come on, it's me. I will never lose. I'm still gonna make the team. And they're just pretty much getting ready for the fight that's coming. And then all the bots are just gathering around. Cause it's just for Megatron. They're just there to see if they are ready to take over and stuff. Not over Megatron, but themselves. To join the fight for Megatron's crusade. And this is what Megatron said, I decide there will be no debate. You've been modified for a reason. And Soundwave. They're just talking about some side stuff that's not as important as the story, but later on we'll get into it deeper. And this is where Megatron talks to the crowd, like asking a question, why they're all here. And he said, you came from Tran, you came from Voss. And pretty much he's naming all the different cities they all came from together in Kaon. And so, because of the mistreatment and stuff they have, and this is where Megatron says, so we bring our misery together and we fight. We are forgotten, trying to forget. Forgotten until you stand with the blade in one hand, a throat in the other. Then you remember, you feel it, you're alive. We can wear badges, join teams, fight, and kill. Then the badge comes off and you crawl home. Assemble. Here I see strength, power, the most dangerous Sabotaurians alive. So what if the badge never came off? What if our new arena was the entire face of the planet? What if there was one badge for all of us? And instead of fighting each other, we attack those that put us here and take what is ours. Would you have the bearings for that? And pretty much, Megatron, we started seeing Megatron's colors of he wants to take over Cybertron, like we see in the movies, in the games, comic books, and not the new Transformers that's come out. Not yet. We'll have to wait and see how that story foretells. Now here we're seeing they're bringing the senator, and this one makes sure to say, look at the fear of the self-interest, the loathing for us, the loathing for what they have created, fear for what happened. We are without fear and will make our mark upon this world. Why do you all get started making an impression? All teams, if they're surrounded, let them give up. That part right there, that was for the Autobots. But so pretty much they're going to beat up the senator. And he's deserving. In my point, because one, they didn't really express much of it, but his beginning of the story was pretty simple. He was just a careless guy who was didn't think about the opinions of the minor bots. And then pretty much you got the Autobots moving in to pretty much capture all the Decepticons and retrieve the senator. And this will make sure so we're not getting out here. Neither is your precious senator. So, but so senator pretty much escapes. Megatron gets captured. And then Sentinel Prime pretty much mocks him, saying, I thought he would be bigger. Because Megatron's smaller than him. And then now they're on the ship. Oh, was it a ship? Oh, well, they're on the ship heading to Chaos City Autobot security headquarters. And they passed the capacity. And they also mentioned they passed the capacity 30 cycles ago. So all these Decepticons they have, they're pretty much full. They're overflow with prisoners. And one guy says, the way we lay down tools, it means get creative. Priority 1s are secure. Priority 2 needs anything with a lock and door, clear it. Secure and fill it. And then this guy says, tell them something. We are all here because of you. Tell them something. Pretty much Megatron. They're talking to Megatron. And Megatron says something and starts getting smart. Let me see. Soundwave. And this guy's, this is arrived senator directive, says he's the one to walk away. And the guy's like, fine. He can walk and roll, slide out on the trail, grease. I don't care. And he pretty much said, beat it. Zero tolerance of any resistance, and you crack down immediately. Shock resistance will immobilize them cell by cell. And then pretty much starts talking to the guard. And this is where Megatron said, you kill him because Starscream is snitching. And he said, take me to the Senate. I have something to guarantee their future and mine. And one Decepticon said, boss, what do you tell him? He said everything. And you'll see how Starscream smile. And pretty much, Megatron got betrayed. Oh, that wasn't shocking. If you play the games or watch the TVs and stuff, Megatron does want to be the leader of the Decepticons, but realistically, he just wants the glory and just to be recognized for something he hasn't achieved himself. So, we'll see what happens. So, here's the final part. Cool shot of the picture right here. Let me see Megatron all bulky and stuff, which doesn't look bad. And we see Sentinel Prime, some random dead Autobot. And then we're at Chaos Security Headquarters, prison facility. And see Megatron smiling, which is weird, but not for me because I read the story and those who already read it. And pretty much they're just talking about Starscream and all he did and stuff and what they did as a group. And he's asking, why did the prisoner seek for a hearing? I was eager to, this is what Starscream said, I was eager to see how the other half lived. A nice place. The sheriff holds a prisoner in contempt. I suggest moving into expel the prisoner and return him to confinement. And Starscream said, do your empty chairs also hold me in contempt? And he said, listen up, I'm here for a reason. I have a message for you, for all of you, for all from in the cells. Through your own interests, you created this. You brought us here. You did not just make it possible, you made it happen. And all we did was give it a badge. And then the judge said, take him away. And Starscream said, I don't think so. Which is stupid. It's like, he's armed. And that's one other thing I hate. It's like, if they're going to have him a hearing, they should have had some type of guard or some type of restraint and stuff preventing him from using his weapons and stuff. But overall, the story is about Megatron, not about the quick details of my thoughts. And we see Soundwave in the back. And pretty much a prisoner escape. All the judges and senators are all dead right here. I don't think all of them, but the sergeant said destruction of the always starts with a self, a senator. Continue with the plan, Starscream. That's what Soundwave said. And pretty much everybody's escaping. And as we see Starscream came back to release him, and Starscream, and this is just a note. Starscream doesn't waste time. All levels, all crimes, open all cells, free everyone, not just for those who came with us. All of them walk out with us to thank for it. Today's the last day we blow with the wind. Today's the day the harness chaos. Today is the day we ride. This was Megatron's talking about. And then Soundwave brings weapons for everyone, something that will fit, and badges. And then this is where Starscream talks to Megatron about his weapon. Megatron, I watch you fight, and I always notice you're leading with your right hand. With your right, and it got you a number of trouble on number 37 when that's where Megatron cut him off, saying, "Starscream, what's your point?" And that's where Starscream said, "With this, you can make that work for you." And we see Megatron's iconic cannon, and which is cool because we can see his cannon and see how you got it because of Starscream. And he also says something to make sure the fair fight is other than the other guy's problem. Fair fight, sure. Let's go with that, buddy. And then everyone's waiting for Megatron to command. And Megatron said, follow them as predators do prey, show no mercy, everything. All this burns. So pretty much they take over Kaon. And he also said, wake up, Cybertron, your era is ending. So in this clip, we see all this rich Autobots, or rich bots in general, the higher ups ones that are pretty much didn't care about what's going on around them, and left the other lower bots like Megatron to suffer. And this is where Megatron wages war because of the political and corruption of Cybertron. And then we see Sentinel Prime and some other bots trying to hold back and defend the Kaon. And Starscream made a joke about one Autobot because he see him with the leg. And Starscream said, I just remember, you can't fly. And kicks him off and fall to his doom. And we got a narration that said, Prime, this is out of control. We're not helping in this way. And then Prime said, Prime, what do we do? And you see Sentinel transform into this beetle mobile tank and saying, I'm going to get Apex, hold the line. and I'll be right back. And then the second says, you're not going nowhere. Social Prime requesting clearance to Apex facility. And Static Radio says denied an approval. And he transformed, busted the door. And you see them, the Decepticons inside Kaon. And then we hear the Decepticons having a little talk to themselves. Minor disagreement. I felt the time was perfect for me to reassign myself to our capital of Iacon. They felt I should be performing the last minute relocation of all city funding or backing of the precious city state data archives to this data cube or settle. Politics, these things happen. And where have you been? Ironically, you've been extremely hard to reach for the last few cycles. So apparently Soundwave knew this senator. And then this was Soundwave said the glider assignment initiative commitment estimates are adequate. This insurgent, the mining automation was a brilliant dovetail between the instability, arms production, and nice little cut of future mining profits. As a win-win, the links I will go for a little return. A little instability was all I was looking for. Plus, a few new zealots later, and now it's going too far. With that, I have downloaded into the queue and contact for all the being for my time in Icon. I think my intimate relocation may work out the less to the chore. Take it from me when I saw this trouble brewing Kaon. I knew things were going to be just fine. Instability is just a different word for opportunity. And this is where the Santa gives Trey, confirmed by Soundwave. And he said, what are you doing? And then this is what Soundwave said, situation, more resources limited, optional solution, repurpose viable resources. And this guy, Soundwave just took his spark. And we'll go back to the front lines. This is where Matrix says, I said, find me the front line and find any line. It's chaos out here. Fall back now, get out. And pretty much we see how far the war is escalating. And now here is Central Prime. Honestly, this is the coolest scene I ever in this page of the comic when I was reading it. This is really cool. This is what I wanted to see. But this is how he should be with his Apex armor, big and bulky. Not his base form, big and bulky. So pretty much he's gonna fight Megatron. And look how big he is. Twice the size of Megatron. And he's just waiting for Megatron's gonna fight the Prime, and he just saying fight me like a gladiator because he knows he can hear him. And look at that explosion. Oh my goodness. And this is where Prime said boost reserve power to comm system and repeat transmit the following message. Resistance center line is broken. Anyone receiving the relay message to all channels and issue relay. This is where we push hard. I am Spear Point. Repeat, Apex equipped unit is the Spear Point. Rally on me. And it's with the Apex system, reinitiative, combat routes, and execute target search. Broadcast to Optic team lead, fresh targets a priority. Optic lead, do you copy? I said fresh target priority. And then this is where we see Megatron dropping a dead bot on top of him so he can get this upper hand on him. And this is where Megatron said, I heard it said that we're only going to gain wisdom through suffering. And tonight, I intend to make you very wise. And then Megatron just slammed him against the wall. And this is where Sando said, if you want to change things so much, Megatron, why do you start with yourself? Change? How have I changed? The journey I have been on, I see through wiser optics now. wise enough to see that this is the twilight of your ways and the dawn of mine. Which Sentinel Prime is right. If Megatron wanted to make change, he should have done it a different way instead of the path he started. And it's what Sentinel said. You're always criminal. When you cross the planet with your little gang of thugs, what do you do then? I would click solution and call it peace. And pretty much they're just beating at each other. And this is insurrection, treachery, the worst deception, and then where he gets caught off because Megatron hit him in the throat. So this is Megatron's first time flying a prime and winning, besides Optimus. And they both fell to the crater. And this is what Megatron said also, I don't care why you fight to protect these people. This place, the old way, it must change. I will make it change. Whoever is my path, Primus help them. And then this is what Megatron said, I don't think so, Sentinel Prime. My bad. The first part I read was Sentinel Prime, not Megatron. And we just get more static. And this is where Sentinel Prime dies. And this was it matter when they see what I have done to you. And there's the resistance. The boosting works, sir. We're through to Icon. And we see Decepticon dropping the dead corpse of Sentinel Prime. And this will process a negative backup on Icon, redeploy as an evac team. That's it for Kaon. We're pulling out. Because they lost Kaon. There's no way they're going to get Kaon back. Even with reinforcements, depending if they actually care. Because this whole story is about not really a corruption of Cybertron. It was just about the rise of Megatron. But it started with the corruption of the political lead in Cybertron. And we just see Megatron somewhere talking, or Commander Megatron, they wear your badge, they fight for you. You will an army, you hold a city, what next? And Megatron said, next Soundwave, choices. We spoil for choice by one. Cybertronian by birth, Decepticon by choice. You ask what's next. I have a few ideas. And that's the end, guys. So, like I said throughout the video, there's some points and stuff I liked, I didn't like. But for old comics, it still wasn't a bad read. I just hope they pull some inspiration from it. And because in the trailer it shows the Megatron might be a mining bot in it. So I hope they pull more inspiration from that and give us a deeper look on it. But if they make a part 2 about going forward as Cybertron, I hope they pull more inspiration from Transformers Prime Origin. So thank you guys. Sorry for the really long video. This is my first time talking about Transformers, and this channel is going to talk about Star Wars as well. So I'll try and make it more 28 minutes less, more 20 minutes or so. So thank you guys again. Have a great day, or a great afternoon, great evening, and have fun. Bye.